If you were to be asked what this is, I am pretty sure most of you would answer a cell phone. However, it is not just a cell phone. It is one of the main reasons why thousands of Americans are being killed today. According to the National Highway Safety Administration study conducted in 2014, 3,000 people were killed by distracted drivers, and an additional 400,000 people resulted with severe injuries. Because people like you and I hold an extreme value over technology and socialization, we're often tempted to make the wrong decisions affecting other people's lives. Through highly extensive research and 3 years of myself avoiding distracted driving, I've now realized the magnitude of this problem and how easy the solution can be. Today, I would like to show you why distracted driving should be avoided and encourage you to take action to combat this issue. But first, let me go ahead and tell you about the overwhelming statistics among distracted driving. Distracted driving, according to the CDC article published in 2011, is when a driver engages in visual, manual, or cognitive distractions while driving. That may include a driver texting and or talking while he's driving. Because we hold an extreme value over technology, teenagers and individuals in their early 20s are more likely to participate in distraction activities while driving, according to the California Office of Traffic Study conducted in 2011. The lack of knowledge among the seriousness of distracted driving poses a threat on many American lives. Americans who are threatened by distracted drivers range from infants to elders. Let me go ahead and tell you about two children whose lives were dramatically changed by two distracted drivers. Xavier Bilbo was only 5 years old when his life was dramatically changed when he was struck by a driver who was texting while driving. Xavier once had a long-time dream of becoming a professional football player, but that dream completely died because he was left paralyzed from the diaphragm down on the day of the accident. Like Xavier, Erica Forner was only a child when her life too was dramatically changed by a distracted driver. Erica was only 9 years old and riding her bicycle just outside her home when a neighbor of hers, who was driving an SUV at 25 miles per hour, reached down for her cell phone, completely missing Erica. Erica was struck and thrown 15 feet away, landing on her neck. Eventually, she passed away 2 days later on Thanksgiving Day. A study conducted by the National Highway Safety Administration on January of 2015 revealed that 10% of individuals who've admitted to participating in distracted driving understand and know the consequences of texting while driving and still manage to text while driving because they strongly believe those statistics won't ever apply to them. This study is overwhelmingly distressing considering the fact that these individuals do not care if an innocent child's life like Erica Forner's is taken away or if their own life too is endangered or if they have to live with remorse or incarceration for the rest of their life. You can now see the magnitude of dangerousness and seriousness behind distracted driving. Fortunately, it is a problem that can be easily solved. We can all take part in this solution. All you have to do is ignore your phone and avoid any kind of distraction while driving. You can simply do this by setting your phone to silent, setting it to airplane mode, turning it off, or thinking about the consequences behind distracted driving. You can also learn more about how to prevent distraction activities by going to a governmental website entitled distraction.gov. This website is incredibly good because it provides you further information about distraction activities and how to prevent such actions. It also gives you testimonials and stories of families who've been affected by distracted drivers and of distracted drivers themselves who've affected other families and state how their own life has been affected by their wrong decisions. Now that you see how simple and easy it is to avoid distracted driving, let us take a look on how much difference your decision can make. Like I previously mentioned, distracted driving can be easily avoided and we can all take part of the solution. We just have to make the right decision. But what happens if you don't make the right decision? What happens if you continue to ignore the problem and continue to text and or talk while you drive? Well, let me tell you that the consequences of such decision are fatal. In order to address those consequences, let us look at the following scenario. Let's suppose you're a college student returning home for the holidays. Your friends have suddenly decided to organize a welcome party. As you're driving, you receive an incoming call and you decide to reach for your phone. You lose control of your vehicle and swerve to the opposite lane, hitting an incoming vehicle. You wake up to the scene and find yourself with no injuries. However, as you get out of your vehicle to help the other passengers in the other car, you realize that one of the passengers, who happens to be a 1-year-old girl, is not responding to paramedics, and she is declared dead at the scene. What happens next? Because you couldn't avoid your phone, because you didn't make the right decision of avoiding your phone, you've taken the joy of watching their little girl every day from their parents. You've taken from her parents the joy of watching every step she took as she learned to walk. You killed their daughter. You took this decision. You are responsible for her death. You will carry on with this for the rest of your life. Not only that, but you won't complete college on time, because you are now facing 10 years in prison for one vehicle manslaughter. But this doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you. You can avoid this by simply avoiding your phone. You don't have to be that person who ran over a kid and took away his innocent life. You don't have to be that girl who was texting laugh out loud to her best friend and caused a fatal crash that killed a father and his 2-year-old son. You don't have to bring sadness and tears to different families. You don't have to bring sadness to your own life. You don't have to bring your future. You don't have to carry on with that death of an innocent person for the rest of your life. All you have to do is avoid your phone. Let's raise awareness together to avoid distracted driving. You can save or take a life. It is your choice, but do it now. Do it now. Don't wait until it is too late. Don't wait until you've killed an innocent one. Do not wait until your children have been killed by a distracted driver. Take the pledge to save a life. Take the pledge to avoid distracted driving. Do it now.